Hey everybody, it's Bindi Mark here and I am back with another video. I had someone reach out to me on Instagram with a really interesting question and I figured I'd do a video on it because I think it'd be a good conversation. So this lady said, I found your channel and your locks are amazing. I have tightly coiled hair and I'm hesitant to start my lock journey because of length. However, you totally changed the game with relaxed micros. How is the result so far and would you suggest it? So I thought this was a really great question because I think it's something that a lot of people have been wondering, especially if they're considering getting locks. So at first thought when I got this message, I thought to myself, I don't know that I would ever necessarily recommend that someone relax their hair if the long-term intent is to start locks. So I can't say that I would immediately suggest it, but I look at it more as a way of, if you're someone who already has long relaxed hair that's in pretty good condition and now you're interested in starting locks, you don't necessarily have to cut your hair to make that transition. You can transition right on into locks with your relaxed ends still intact. I don't know that it's a good idea to relax it because you want locks, especially if the reason that you're trying to relax it is to get past the short awkward phase. I just don't know that that would be the case. I will say, if you're someone who is, well, I'll start this way. A lot of people get locks and one of the main reasons is that it's far less to manage. It's not a no maintenance hairstyle, but it's certainly low maintenance. There's not much that you have to do aside from just keeping your hair cleaned and then getting your roots maintained. That is not the case when you have locks with relaxed hair at the end. All of the maintenance that goes into relaxed hair 100% applies when you have locks with relaxed ends. I don't condition my locks, but I do condition my relaxed ends. I have to detangle them. Obviously not something that you're doing with locks. Depending on how I'm trying to style them, I may need to blow dry them. I may need to do an overnight curl set. All of these things are not necessities when you are maintaining or growing locks, but they come into play if you have relaxed ends on the ends of your locks. So that's something to consider. You really do kind of need to be a hair person, and if that's not you, you probably need to be honest with yourself about it because you're just going to get yourself into a mess. And it may have actually been kind of like a setback, so to speak, because you could have started with 7-8 inches of, you know, natural hair, but now that you've relaxed it, you're kind of starting at ground zero. So you need to think about, you know, what your long-term goal is and also how much you're willing to invest in the maintenance of your hair. If you are someone who does have loose natural hair and you still want to relax your hair before starting it, I would give you the following tips to consider before doing it. If you relax your hair, try not to relax it bone straight. Texturize it. Leave a little bit of texture in your hair. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want to make it so that you are dependent on heat to style your hair. This that I have right now is not a braid out, it's not a twist out. This is just a wash and go that has air dried. I just washed my hair this morning. I didn't do any twisting or anything like that. I just let it air dry, and you can see that there's still some curl pattern left and there's also an amount of volume. All of that is because I didn't relax my hair bone straight and instead just texturized it instead of going the full amount of time. It'll save you a lot of styling time later on, and it'll also leave a little bit of health still intact in your hair for the long term. When I think about people starting locks with relaxed ends, again, I think it's just more about if you've already got relaxed hair and you've taken good care of it, because if the relaxed hair is damaged, just go ahead and cut it. But if you've taken care of it and there's no real need to cut it, then yeah, go ahead, leave them intact and start your lock journey, no problem. I'm kind of up in the air about the idea of relaxing your hair to end up with locks ultimately. But I want to pose a question to you guys. What do you think about relaxing the hair first, even though you know the long-term intention or long-term goal is to grow locks? What are your thoughts on that? Yay or nay, and why? But as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.